Hey guys, that's your Race Shot Legends. Welcome to the video. Glad to have you here. You, specifically you, here with me today.
You.
Chillin', talking a little bit of Raid. Now, I'm going to talk about a champion the odds are you've heard of, but man, obviously I've heard of him. I've done guides on him before, but I haven't messed around with him after they gave him a monumental rework, and now I have, and boy, has he absolutely shocked me. Not in terms of just control or debuffs, but also just the synergy between the stealing turn meter, between the amazing control, and there's really the top tier damage as well, all in one Void Legendary who everybody can get. I think I'm going to have a silhouette on the thumbnail. Anybody have any ideas who I'm talking about here? It's really not that hard. We actually have free, speaking of free legendaries, Supreme 6 can get new accounts, Supreme Galek, right? But he's not here what we're talking about. We're talking about Yakarl. Yakarl is a monster. First of all, I love his little background here, the stormy background in the Barbarians faction. They need to do that more. But Yakarl the Scourge is a champion that everybody can get from your clan shop, right? So market is the clan shop. Yeah, it is in the market. I still never go to the market. Do you guys go to the market now that they've aggregated all the shops there? I still don't go to the market. I was going to go clan, and it's still there too. Clan shop. You get the Yakarl fragments. It is worth everybody getting your hands on Yakarl, right? I'm going to buy some just to empower this dude. Why not? Even if you have them, I would buy to empower Yakarl as well. I mean, he is the real deal. Now, they gave him a big buff a year or so ago. Maybe even 2 years ago. Man, time flies in Raid Shadow Legends. And they did a hell of a job with it, right? First of all, really high base attack. This guy can nuke. He's got 2 moves that have a godlike damage rating on hellhades.com. And on the A1, he's got a freeze. He didn't used to have freeze. Moreover, he has an ignore defense against targets under freeze, which he has on his A3 as well. So really hard-hitting Axe of All Winter ability. You love to see it. By the way, before his buffs, he had they basically, on the Axe of All Winter, for example, they went and they changed the freeze. They doubled it from 20 to 40% chance. They added the ignore defense as well. And then on the A2, they added a ignore 50% of target's defense under the freeze, which is big on a big damage ability already. And then the A3 Glaciate, man. My man can smack with this ability. And they made it a nice, easy, dependable freeze. You used to have to kill an enemy to get freeze on all enemies. It was a single target. It was trash. It was trashola. But now it's big money, control, damage, and irresistible if they have 75% or more turn meter. This is an AoE freeze, 75% chance, 100% against targets with 75% or more turn meter, which is fantastic for the arena as well. Can't be resisted by targets with 75% or more turn meter. On the A2, he brings a decreased speed and a freeze, but he's stealing 100% of the target's turn meter and placing the increased speed on this champion. So a decreased speed, my favorite debuff in the game, an increased speed on himself, an ignore defense if they're under a freeze from his A3 ability or somebody else on your team, and the 100% turn meter fill. Yes, please. Yes, please, sir. May I have another? That is a money ability. It's really good. Lord of Ice passive. Increases champions, the damage inflicted by 10% for each champion in the battle under the freeze debuff. That's permanent. Also decrease the damage just champion receives by 10% each time for each freeze buff. Yeah, if I could read, it'd be awesome. One of these days I'll learn how to. It's challenging here. Also decrease the damage this champion receives by 10% for each champion in battle under freeze debuff. So 40% damage mitigation, maybe 50% against wave content. Same thing in terms of escalating damage. That's big damage for certain. Active effect on a 3-turn cooldown, unkillable on this champion for 1 turn whenever they kill an enemy under freeze. Check out these multipliers, guys. They give them a 4 out of 5. Just getting a Void Legendary that's accessible, that's farmable, freeable.
I hate this part of the business.
In the game is awesome to begin with. But look at his area rankings, man. You guys can use this dude. My favorite areas are Arena, Dark Fae, Ice Golem, Frost Spider, anywhere you have to encounter freeze, and Fire Knight hard, because he's got freeze, which turns into control against the Fire Knight as well. So he doesn't have a lot of multi-hit action. He has a 2-time hitter on his A1, a single on his A2, and a single on his A3. He won't help you getting that shield down, but once the shield is down and Fire Knight hard, he's going to be a great control option for you with that freeze in his kit on his A1 as well as his A3. Really solid. Keep in mind, each hit has that 50% chance of placing a freeze when booked. Each hit, that's great. It's great in the arena for control as well. Speaking of the arena, a 1.8 godlike damage rating on his A1, that's a 2-time hitter. A 6 godlike rating with the potential of ignoring 50% of target's defense on his A2, and then a 3.8 for another godlike damage rating. Actually, I lied. I said he has 2 godlikes. My man's got 3 godlikes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Yakarl. All right, so how did I have him built today? Well, listen, you can build this dude like super basic, you know, savage gear, perception gear, pinpoint, feral, but I ran them in the double, the double whammy, right? It's still probably my favorite all-around build for a nuker and an arena nuker with no failsafe for, like, you know, preempts their death with an unkillable. He does have an unkillable mechanic, but he needs to kill somebody for it. Did I even read that earlier? Where is the, oh, there it is. Oh, I did read it. It's part of his passive, my bad. Whenever he kills an enemy under freeze, right? Which is great because he's got freeze all over the place. We've already talked about this. Ash, get back to the point, man. Get back to the build. Ash, stay with it. Stay with it. All right, so Yakarl. Well, how do we have him built? We have him built again in the Stone Skin Lethal, Stone Skin, and Savage. That's my favorite build for this champion. However, you can get a buy, especially progression, depending on when you get this champion, right? You can really focus on him early on in the game, get those clan points that are available through all kinds of activities, such as Hydra Clan Boss, Hydra Clash, I should say, Clan Quests, obviously, as well as Chimera Clash. So, like, there's more and more ways that they're often adding to the game where we can get our hands on those clan coins or whatever the hell they're called to get Yakarl, and then continue going after him even if you summon him just to empower, as we already mentioned. So we could also run him in perception gear, right? In the early game, accuracy, some speed. You could use him as a control. Ideally, you want him going first because of that A3 ability. We have Soul Reap on him as a blessing in today's video. We have the Molten Death Bell. I love this relic, man. Really nasty rare relic. Whenever this where his turn meter increases, I can't read and I can't speak. Oof. Oof. Where his turn meter increases by 10% when applying freeze to all enemies. Occurs once per turn. That's really nice, though, on Yakarl because of the A1 and the A3. Nice turn meter boost. Plus, we'll take the accuracy. Doesn't need it on the A3, but it's conditional. 75% or more turn meter, and we certainly need it for that A2 ability. I am slacking a little bit on the accuracy on this build, but I have enough for PvE where we're going to be using him, and I have an increased accuracy champion setting him up in the arena. I'd highly advise you guys to consider the same, especially when you want to build a damage dealer on your account. Oftentimes we have that 4th position in the arena that is great for a flex champion, right? So you can kind of use that spot to bolster up the stats that you really need. It could be another turn meter booster if your champions are pretty slow, or in my case, it could be an increased accuracy champion if my accuracy just isn't cutting it. Just make sure they obviously go before, you know, whoever you want the increased accuracy to apply to, in this case, Yakarl. So I have him built like a nuker. Crit damage on the gauntlets, attack percentage on the chest, speed on the boots. I would prefer speed, by the way, even over the attack, because I would prioritize speed on this guy even before going all out nuke. Now, ideally, we have them both, right? But even in the early game, I could see just running crit rate on the gauntlets and just looking for crit damage and accuracy on my substats, making it a little bit easier to build this champion. I have attack on the banner. I really wanted accuracy on this banner, even sacrificing some attack, but I didn't have one that was stone skin. I'm looking for speed, though. You want them fast for that go first move. You want to go first with that A3, and you want to go before the opponents have taken their turn. Thus, their turn meter will be, you know, over 75% easily in the arena. Crit damage on the amulet. We want to get that crit damage, but I need to farm Phantom Shogun. I'm out of my powder. I'm always out of powder. I'm a powder spender. I'm a powder holic. I'm just powdering all the time, and I start rage powdering.
It's powdered sugar. It's delicious.
I want my stats, and I get all the way to 9, and I'm an idiot. Anyway, you already knew that. If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, I have attack on the ring. I already told you about the blessing. I already told you about the relic. Masteries really quickly here on Yakarl. We have him built to be an arena nuker here. We have Ruthless Ambush. I definitely want to pick up Opportunist over Cycle of Violence on my build, or both of them if you want to kind of get in here and go kill streak, and then end with Helm Smasher. We want that ignore defense because of his godlike damage ratings. I went for the support tree, and I picked up all of the accuracy abilities there on the support side of things. Master Hexer obviously won't work with freeze, but it certainly will work with his decreased speed that he has on that A2 ability. All right, guys, let's go ahead and go into battle. Let's start really quickly in the arena, right? I am in Platinum Arena, and let me tell you guys, Platinum Arena has never been more difficult. I mean, look at these teams. I'm recording this early in the week, so yeah, the teams are a little bit easier, but that's fine. We have him on a nice, not free to play when he's +3, +4 empowered, but a more accessible squad here with Arbiter and Skeletor. That's right. Oh, they went first, but I cut him. Okay, so what do we want to set him up with, right? Increase attack and increase accuracy. So you could use like a Yoshi the Drunkard or an Arbias if you have her and get both of them in one champion, but we're going to split it up here. We get that turn meter boost as well. Skeletor's going to come in. He's going to, I like Skeletor. I don't love Skeletor. I feel like I was too harsh on Skeletor, and I've said that a few times. Begone Fool's a nice move. Increase accuracy and decrease turn meter on the enemies. Really solid. Get in there, steal a Buffaruski. Sure, sounds good. That's right, I did say Buffaruski. All right, we're going to go. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, well. Oh, and we lose it. Oh, I was so close. Oh, my word. Oh, God. You know what? We have Skeletor. Let's go against He-Man. I thought we were going to win it there. He was the only man standing. He almost glaciated their ass. I guess he did, but, you know, it was almost worked. How about that? All right, let's go in here and do stuff. All right, let's try to remove stuff. Oh, actually, great job. All right, so we're just going to go in. So this is really cool. He's Void Affinity. So with this A2 ability, we can pick who has the highest turn meter on the enemy team, and we can go in there and steal it, right? And if they're under freeze, even better. But in this case, since he's attacking one enemy, that's going to be UDK, and he has a low turn meter, so I'm going to open up with the A3 instead. Really nice damage, and check that out. We didn't kill anybody, which is unfortunate, but he did a hell of a lot of damage, and he froze him. I mean, sign me up. I'm going to use Arbiter's Speed Boost as the next move, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to petrify, or try to, Duchess. Bad resist there, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and try to fear, I think. Let's try an A1 fear. Oh, it goes to UDK. I'm such a dum-dum. All right, let's just AoE here. Maybe kill He-Man? Sure. Sure, she goes A2, that's fine. We're gonna go in and we're still gonna try to, we're gonna take that turn meter, we're gonna, we got the resist. Unfortunate there. All right, with Nice on the team, we are not out of the woods. I'm kind of regretting burning her, let's steal some buffs here, right? Oh, I'm kind of, whoa! Okay. Maybe I'm biting off more than I can chew here, right? I kind of want to get revenge, though. I kind of want to get revenge against this team. Let's try it again here. All right, then we're going to run into some other areas. Hey, still, these are really beast mode teams, and I'm rocking Skeletor here. So I show you the wins, I show you the losses here, guys. But I think you get the point, right? Now, I don't like that he cuts in line right there, but let's try to get the dub. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Yakarl. He gets revenge, baby. He gets revenge. That's what I'm talking about. We're back in Platinum. Let's see if we can beat this team. No. Okay. I'm getting carried away. Listen, you can use him as a nuker. I've shown that. and you can use him as a manipulator with that A2. We didn't showcase that beautifully there, but you can use him in the arena for a nuker and a control and more. I love him. I love him in the arena. Very good. Now, the event dungeon, by the way, guys, it's gone, right? But both of the last event dungeons, specifically the Queen of Hearts, he was an awesome S-tier option to build fast, go in there and CC right out the gate, similar to how people use Ninja, right? Very good, but better than Ninja because it's circumstantial, but better than Ninja because he's void, right? We don't have to worry about those weak hits or those resists on the freeze, right? So let's go into Dark Fae, man. You can use this guy everywhere. You really can. Wave clearing, Centranos, Doom Tower waves. I'm going to run them against the final boss, Dark Fae here. This is Doom Tower hard. We're going to super rate it up, and we're going to go in here. Maybe I'll just cut till we get to Dark Fae because who wants to watch the wave content? I'll see you when we get to Dark Fae. All right, guys, here we go. So we opened up with Deke going in there. Deke's going to go ahead and do his turn meter manipulation with his A3 ability. Then we come in there. You can see we were supposed to freeze everybody with Yakarl, but we ended up just killing everybody. Now we have to go against the mirrored Yakarl. We did stun with Scylla the Drakes. My girl helping us out there. This is a very accessible team, right? You don't need Deke. You can use a freaking Diabolist who's a campaign farmable champion, and I really mean that. You can use her in the same role. You want your turn meter manipulator to be going first, obviously, with this team. They hand the baton over to Yakarl. He goes in there and he either kills him or he freezes him. One or the other, it both works beautifully. Now, what I love is against Dark Fae, similar to against the Fire Knight, similar to against the Spider, similar to against the Ice Golem, he's also going to help out tremendously against the boss. He's going to be bringing that decreased speed. Moreover, he's going to be bringing that turn meter steal off that A2. Super freaking strong. She's still in the continuous heals. Not cool. Maybe Ulfrig could maybe step out of this team. I just added Ulfrig because I like Ulfrig. He's just a random super random champion who I like adding to my videos randomly. He looks like an uncommon, but he's an epic. All right, Newt gonna go ahead and do some damage. Newt is also replaceable on this team. Obviously, he's just dealing a ton of damage, right? You can run a Cold Heart or somebody in place. Enemy max HP champions do extremely well. All right, so far, really steady. And this is the hardest version of Dark Fae. Dark Fae is a really cool boss because she can be extremely difficult, but she's also very manageable, even with accessible champions. It's all about the team construction and the synergy, not just the gear that you have or the champions that you have necessarily, right? You can use, obviously, an Allure or somebody like that for control as well. So Yakarl, I mean, obviously Newt with a Blessed Bash doing a lot of damage there with his A3, but Yakarl coming through, helping out with damage, helping out with wave content, helping out with clearing, and then controlling Dark Fae all in one champion. That's amazing. I want to end the video really quickly. I'm not going to make you watch the whole run. So Ice Golem, we have a Bellower, we have a Reliquary Tender, Scylla the Drakes, Tree Shield Knot, and Yakarl. He's great against Ice Golem. He's great basically anywhere. You guys get the point here. But he's great because every champion under freeze, there's going to be a lot of freezes. He's going to dish out more damage mitigation. Again, I'm going to come at you guys when we get to the Ice Golem because these waves can take a while, but a fantastic complement to a team like this. Now, we're pretty heavy on the support here, but I think we're gonna be all right. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we can take down this Ice Golem before I let you guys go. All right, guys, here we go. This has been a longer than anticipated battle, but things are going very well. You could argue that maybe taking out, I don't know, one of the revivers, one of the 3 revivers, Ash, might be a little bit of overkill there, but the team's doing pretty well. Obviously, Bellower holding it down with all those debuffs, plus the Nature's Bounty blessing to upgrade them to the big version of the debuffs. Big swing coming in. Woo! Hey, maybe the revivers did help out, right? We have one, or actually 2 still standing, Tree Shield Knot and Scylla the Drakes. But of course, our guy is doing all the control, all the damage. Soul Reap ends up taking the Ice Golem down. Man, Yakarl is the real deal. He's definitely a champion, a free champion, farmable champion, however you want to call it. He's definitely a champion that everybody should go for. It makes sense for everybody to go for. And I'm sorry that I slept on him for so long after his buff, which was like I mentioned years ago. Anyway, guys, is there another underrated freebie or accessible or any champion out there, whether it's Doom Tower, Daily Login, or anywhere in between, that you absolutely love? Let me know about it, and I'll do a guide on them as well. Thanks for watching until the end of the video. Much love, and as always, take care, guys. By the way, 6 million damage there. Not too bad, Yakarl. Take care, guys.